back to the live rune reading and high-minded discussions. The last one of the year, the last one of 2025. So get your questions in, get your readings in for the new year. Okay, and there goes my microphone. Thank you, Timmy. Love
Oh,
you too, kitty cat.
the cat hit the boom.
Yeah. And he has to, of course, take up if my camera stops
Yep.
freezing.
Yeah, now your
Well,
camera's frozen, yeah.
yeah. Well, anyway, he has to take up all the desk space, of course, because that's what he does. He's a big orange kitty, and he's like, I want to be there.
Right.
We're
Yeah,
doing magic. I'm here.
every cat owner, I think, needs to have for their computer desk, they need to have a stack that goes maybe like yay inches above. Why? So that way your fingers. And then this is a cat bed on top of it. Because it's going to effing happen. You're not going to stop it.
No,
Except that you can use your keyboard and the cat can hog all the glory at the same time.
I should really look into something like that because I mean, you know, I love this big orange lad. This big red. He is my familiar, but he's a big guy. He literally takes up all the space. Has to be center of the show, of course, as all cats do. But yeah. Welcome everyone who will hopefully be joining us soon. Um, I hope the holidays have been good to you. Um, I really haven't done much with holidays. I have been working on the 24th, chilling at home with the kitties on the 25th, and I was with my parents yesterday, and a night shift right after. So that was a long ass day. Um, Night shifts are 10 to 6, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And Christmas dinner first. So yeah, that was a long day, long night. We weren't supposed to do any gifts, yet my sister, love her to death, of course, came bearing gifts. 'Cause that's what she does. You tell her no, she does it anyway. Women, am I right? Um, Turns into like a broadcast, the newest red pill podcast. Nah. But she actually got me a book that I am very interested in, that I'm excited to read. Josephine Quinn, How the World Made the West. Um, Going over the journeying from the Levant of 2500 BC to the dawn of the Age of Exploration. Josephine Quinn argues that the roots of the West can be found in everything from Indian mathematics to the chariots of the steppe, from Arabic poetry to the Phoenician art of sailing, which I kind of have to agree on.
There's
So
there is the great observation that I've mentioned it before. I don't know if I've talked about it with you or whatnot. And I think that anybody who's a boxogist will agree with this, or at least observes the Phoenician conspiracy, is that, I mean, like, everybody's earliest effing boat just looked like an like kind of like a canoe. Like all the first boats were like you look at like Greek battleships, that's just industrial scale Viking raiding ship.
yeah,
Like, seriously, it's a long like lunar cusping shaped boat, right? Like that. And then oars that come out on the sides typically.
yeah,
And that's your deal. And then you might have wind power going on if you've got a big one, and you're doing some open sea or whatnot. So yeah, so the Phoenician boats did look like the Viking boats, did look like the Native American boats. I think the Asiatic boats may have been in the same ballpark. The Egyptians, it's everybody used the same exact engineering aesthetic. They went for the same choice, but each one had its own style because they were using their local wood, and it was adorned with their local animist imbuements. We put the
Yeah.
dragon head on ours. Why? Because we were planning on being assholes.
Accurate.
We had to
Yeah.
scare. We had to scare off. No, seriously, that's why the dragon head is on there. It's just like the spirits that guard the shores, right? They are frightened of the dragon, and so you can have a safe shore landing with a dragon head.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. That would
Yes.
definitely scare away everything
That is
unwanted.
literally the animist logic that is confirmed in all the sources.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My
So
my
have your
my holiday was pretty good. I made friends with a new neighbor who is willing to pay me to shovel snow. So
oh, nice.
I have made some emergency resources thanks to this arrangement, which I am in the middle of today. I just because we had a nice heavy fall this time. I have had to break my back for about the last 3 hours with the double driveway situation that I agreed to for her property, and and I got to go back out there to do some touch ups. So
Okay.
this was a pretty heavy job. So yeah, I'm just enjoying myself. It's been quite the calorie burn.
Yeah. Like I was just thinking when you were putting up your back screen and going up the stairs to get something that you look like you have lost even more weight. Like you've slimmed down.
Yeah, the cut is work. Like I was, you had recently seen me on the bulk, right? So, like, most of the time that you've been seeing me, I've been kicking around either 180 or 190 this year, right? Now I'm down to about 175. Trying to track down to 170 and then hold it there.
I'm gonna have to do some math because those are
Ah,
freedom units, of course.
freedom units. Sure, yeah. Those are called pounds, sir, because we didn't take the balls out of our math. Listen,
So
for me, it's not
you're
mathematic anyway. There's no math to getting rid of this. There's no math to it. There's just dedication. There's just effort and then more effort. And then if you don't think there was enough effort, a little bit more effort. And then you realize you're human and you relax because it's not always about effort, but you better put in effort.
yeah. I mean, damn, dude. Like you're you're so much lighter than I am because like my well, let's say walking around weight is like 202.
Oh, how tall are you?
I'm about 6'1".
6'1". Well, 202, like I've seen you with your shirt off, plenty of times like me. I mean,
Oh, stop it.
you're 202 and you're 6'1". I'm 5'5" and a half.
Yeah, okay,
That's
yeah.
that's a partial reason why,
Yeah.
right? I'm trying like I follow that dude on Instagram. Who's that Norse fitness guy who's all about push-ups? Fifter, whatever his name is.
I don't know.
You've never seen him on Instagram. I've shared some of his
I
stuff.
I, I may
Anyway,
have seen it come by once or
anyway,
twice.
he turns out is like I was shocked. He's like 5'5", and he said he's like 160.
Oh
It's like
shit, dude.
only one fucking 60? Seriously? So yeah. And so and he doesn't want to get heavier than that. He wants to keep as lean as he is. I think I want to be a little bit bulkier than that, just because I'm going for the Northman hybrid.
Yeah.
Like I've got like there's the personal trainer that put Skarsgård in shape for that movie. He had a whole fucking video showing his diet and training routine for Alexander Skarsgård. So like I literally watched that and took notes.
I mean, one of the best things that you will like that you can do is just the heavy compound lifts. You know, overheads, squats, deadlifts, bench press, and you might want to add some pull-ups in
I
there
did
as well.
I did some bench press. I think I really needed to get through all this chiropractor work because I think I wasn't getting stronger with my arms because I had enough misalignments to affect my strength tension, because part of my check-ins with the chiropractor is he'll do things, he'll take my elbow and he'll say, okay, like resist, right? And he's getting a sense of just subtle like strength, resistance, power, right? You know,
Yeah.
so that makes a lot of sense to me. So it's only been so much time has passed since he fixed me around, so I'm not certain how much improvement I've had yet. I mean, the best I can do is I can flex, and you can tell me if it's more impressive than you remember. uh,
I mean, getting there, getting there.
right. You know, it's not nothing.
I mean, maybe some. You should focus a bit on curls. Like
Yeah.
you know, if you wanna. Well, I mean, the thing is, like everyone who like wants big arms, they focus on the biceps. If you want big arms, focus on the triceps.
Right. Right.
Because
And
everybody forgets.
I
I mean,
I do a lot of tricep conditioning one way or the other, right? You know, you know, like for me, shits and giggles is just, you know, pick up a barbell at random, or a dumbbell, excuse me, at random, and just go like this. You know,
oh yeah.
grab
That's
grab a
pretty.
20 pounder, 25 pounder. I've done, I think I might have done 30 pounds, right? So
Um,
I don't know.
scope like.
I don't do steroids. Maybe I'm just stronger than I look.
No, I
It's
mean for triceps, there are a couple of good exercises, both standing up and laying down. But like for laying down, if you have a bench or a makeshift bench, skull crushers are very good. You should really try and do those with a barbell or a you know, like a curl barbell, and just
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I love the skull.
or if you like just have dumbbells like behind the neck is also very good, because you're keeping like the tension on there. You get a
Yeah.
little bit of shoulders with it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, gonna put a little bit more into that. I've been on a big push up kick, so I'm getting a lot of tricep work out of that in the first
That's
place.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's chest, triceps. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Try to get about 50 in a day across the span of a week. Like
Full range of motion, I'm assuming.
it's about getting them, honestly, it's just getting them in on principle, right? It's just for the conditioning.
Yeah. Okay.
Effectively, yes, full range of motion, in the sense that like I'll throw in a diamond here and there if I feel like I can handle it at the moment. I'll throw in the archers, right? So like the archers are the ones that really tell me I got to get more work in, right? Because the archers are very fucking hard to do. It tells me how much more I really need to get, because it stings in here like a motherfucker.
Mm.
Putting in, putting the lean in when you're getting the weight on that side
Yeah.
versus what's going on over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't do them. I don't do them as much. I don't do them as much. I ought to.
Yeah,
It's
I understand. I
it's
mean,
been
they're
weird because depending on how much work I got to do in construction, because when you do physical labor for your day job, it really changes your mindset about how you schedule your your personal time exercising. All right,
yeah.
did I burn enough calories at work, or did I just do a lot of heavy lifting over a fucking spur of time that didn't burn any calories? Right?
I
You
mean,
know, that
heavy lifting, whether it's
do I
manual labor or in
do
the
I
gym.
need to throw in a jog is my point, right? After I did a day of heavy work,
Mm,
was it heavy work where I burned that many calories? You know? Like
yeah.
this,
Okay.
this here, heavy calorie burn, also heavy lifting with what I'm putting into these very fucking arms we're talking about. Shoveling heavy snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good tricep work too. Good shoulder work. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm not sore, I'm not winded, I'm not uncomfortable. I feel fucking fantastic. Motherfucker, I'm 45. I do not know how 45-year-olds fucking complain about physical anything.
Just keep lifting.
And I didn't complain when I was 30 fucking 8, and I didn't take care of myself like this at all.
Hmm.
But we've got my friends in here.
Yeah, we got
He's
peaceful
working.
penguin in chat. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us. Been a while since
So
we've had you around,
I think
and
we
we
should
have,
I think we should
of
get
course,
rocking and rolling. Um,
yeah, and we have Howard in chat.
also,
What's up, guys?
I'm gonna
Thanks for joining.
I'm gonna bring it up at the end of the show again. But also I just want to make sure to raise the awareness for anybody who catches this that I got on my channel tomorrow. I'm gonna have my friend Sean Bond back from Psionic League. He is down in Mexico and the Mesoamerican region, and he's been doing work with ancient artifacts that are proving to be authentic in what they're showing of an Egypto-Sumerian influence in Mesoamerica, which involves
Oh,
things of a technology aspect, things that look like the Greys, even things that look like H.R. Geiger shit, including we got crystal skulls shaped like xenomorphs that were unburied out of the deep jungle in regions that I think are still under. I think they're still under quiet, not because they're trying to be deceitful, but it's because of the way the vultures can come to pick at things. And Sean's also he's gone to
yeah.
see the Boogosphere. He's done intuitive readings after personal physical contact with the Boogosphere. And him and his woman Issa are both unlocking some really seriously cool discoveries about that stuff. So I'm very excited to have him on. It took me a hot minute to
Yeah.
absorb everything that I was seeing and to make sure that it didn't look like my friend was being scammed. Because I know Sean. Sean's a pure heart. But
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on here? It's just like, I trust Sean, but at the same time, I gotta look out. I gotta look out for my guy. What's going on here? Is he being scammed? Right? And I've got I've got high confidence. I will put a little bit of my rep on the line for this stuff, because this also falls in line with things understood in temple teaching too. And so verification is fascinating, because this is part in what I think is in the agenda of the whole alien AI transhumanism aspect of it. And I think we are seeing an echo of the culture of the civilization before it collapsed. That's what I think we're looking at. And I think it's like what we're looking at with the New Age movement and the alien worship cult. And I think that's what we're seeing. Just like all those guys in the alien worship cult love to make art. They love to fucking make the art of it. The art to a point where it's semi-magical. And then it's just a question of, where did the craftsmanship come from? Because some of this seems like it's good enough for laser cutting. Did they have an analog laser system of some sort? With the level of tech that they had. Which I think is entirely possible. Like a giant mirror. You know, a giant mirror, you focus the light, that is a laser.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you need to have a literal laser, is to take a magnifying glass and do the burn the ant thing. And that's your laser.
Right? That is a laser. Yeah.
Right. You know, the rest of it is just saying, how do I do that without being fixed to the geometrics of the passing of the sun, right? And then that's where you have to figure out where to make an artificial light source that will compensate for what the sun was allowing you to kill.
Oh damn! Oh, that sounds fascinating. I'm gonna have to catch that on the replay. My daughter.
These are the things I think about when I sit there and I look at Tartaria. When I look at megaliths that are definitely pre-Tartarian, and I'm looking at that shit and I'm just like, come on. Think like a Stone Age genius. How do they do it? Right? That's what you have to do. You have to sit there and think like a Stone Age genius. All right? You know, because you're going to tell me that they couldn't have figured out how to refine glass? They didn't have a glassing process?
Oh, they did.
They must have had a glass process of some sort.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, there's plenty of evidence that we knew how to make tools before we knew how to write. And some of these tools were really good.
I mean, you were, speaking on boats earlier. Like there is evidence that the Neanderthal had like rudimentary boats, rudimentary seafaring capabilities. And I mean, if we're, believing the whole, lost ancestor thing, that is like pre-human being, or like one of our earlier ancestors. And they had seafaring capabilities. So, like, why not a civilization, a few thousands or tens of thousands of years later had, I mean, for sure. I mean, it's by this point, it's a well understood fact that we are definitely not at our technological peak.
Right.
There have been civilizations that have been more technologically advanced than we are today.
It's just like trying to explain to people that human beings existed and had civilizational level intelligence before the Ice Age is like asking them to believe in God, which, like you don't think it is, but that's literally, like asking them to believe in like, oh, you mean the times of Noah, right? It's just like, no, like, there was no Ice Age in the Bible.
No.
But there was in the Viking sagas. Can I tell you about Odin? We'll play the conversion game if you want to, Mr. Atheist.
Like, time in general is so fucking weird because the University of Oxford is older than the Mayan Empire. The University of Oxford in England existed before the Mayan Empire rose up.
Right. But I think it's fair to say that there was a civilizational continuity, right? Like the predecessing empire wasn't erased, right? Like there's plenty of stuff that isn't Mayan. There's pre-Mayan stuff all over the place, right? Like I get very apprehensive when I look at something Mesoamerican, South American, whatever, and saying that it's Aztec, it's Mayan. It's just like I have to go back and get a little bit more studied up on that because I don't know the order of operations. Right, like off the top of my head. South America has not been my fixated wheelhouse. And sorry guys, Peaceful, you're coming up first, and Howard, you're coming up. Thank you. I know I said I'd get going, but got to get this thing going. All right. I had to shuffle one way or the other. So anyway, yeah. So that's my point on tune in, because I think that this is going to be a monumental re-understanding coming in through a lesson that is a warning from history. And that's what I think we're looking at. I think we're looking at a warning of history of the consequences of alien worship.
Yeah, I'm still here. Just my equipment is
Yeah.
kind of faulty at the moment.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, so I want to get into the reading now for Peaceful. Peaceful, thank you. You've been peacefully panganing.
I felt like
28. Exceeding. You are exceeding, sir. The ridgepole warps, fruitful to have a direction to go and creating success. When you exceed something, you cross over a line. Oh, I'm sorry. When you exceed something, you cross over a line and make a transition. This brings stress, but also a greatness of spirit and purpose beyond the scope of the situation. Things cannot hold up as they are, like the ridgepole of the traditional Chinese house. So there must be movement. Reach out imaginatively and explore. What is overloaded? What have you outgrown? What must you do? All right. Now, let's take a look here. Oh, I have been infused into a Stein sandwich, which is terrible because I look like meat. All right, now. All right, so. All right, Peaceful, you got a double. These two came out like they were like holding hands. They were like, you're like, nope, I want you to get the message that we're together before you separate us. And I was like, got it. And it just happens to be 5 and 6 in a row. So you've got the Elder Bison, who is open to increased abundance, which is cool because it's appropriate with what you would want to receive after a great exceeding. Isn't that? And then the Elder Blue Jay, which says to speak up. So what you have exceeded at is also a bragging right that you must evoke. This is it's important that what you have exceeded you speak about. It is something to talk about. I'm not sure how you're going to find the audience. Maybe the reading will be about that. So.
Okay, for some reason I can't turn on my cam unless I reboot my my computer, and I do not feel like doing that.
Okay. All right.
Well, so, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it is just Zerilath for now. But hey, I mean, he's doing the readings anyway, so
yes,
I'm just here for the show. I'm here for shits and giggles.
Yes, and I'm more vain. I might have gone through the computer reboot so people could see me.
No, that's all right. I'll just put you full screen, and I'll be here in the background.
You put yourself at full screen.
No, I put. Did I?
That's what it shows on my end.
That's weird. Anyway, we'll just do it like this, I guess.
Well, that's fine. People want to know that you're there to speak, or you know, be aware. Just so people are aware, you know. I think that if Riverside wants to do that, the names of people that potentially could speak up ought to be on screen. That's my advice to Riverside. I like the feature though. You got Ace of Stones reversed. So the focus here is on a reversed ace card. This ace is involving the physical resource of a thing. And in this focus, we have Uwaj. So this exceeding point is also kind of a, you're kind of like, it's not like you've got another lap. Like this was the last lap in the race kind of thing. You're on to a new race. You know, you're on to the next endeavor now that you've gone and exceeded at this. Okay. You have the Green Man reversed here. This is the Emperor card. All right. So you were in a place where you were not feeling like you were quite the master of your circumstances. Right? That's what this is coming out of. A dilapidation in your personal sense of agency. However, Ingavaj, you were in a transformative place while in this state. I've been there. I am there always anyway. But anyway, so what is this Ace of Stones worth to you? We got the Four of Bows reversed. Well, it's not bringing you the celebration. That's a part of the problem. Is that you don't feel like this thing you've exceeded at is quite it's kind of like it's like a Wunyo reversed situation. And what did I pull though? But I pulled a Burkana reversed. So you know, the birthing process of Burkana, this talks about fruitful to have a direction to go. Right? The fruitful path would be the Burkana path. So you're figuring out, until you can see the fruit bearings of this tree, you cannot celebrate this tree. Get it? All right. The Blasted Oak. Another reverse. Wow, all reversed. Blasted Oak reversed. So you shouldn't quit. Don't quit.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's kind of what that's telling me. Don't quit. If you quit, it'll be the wrong kind of disaster.
Oh dear.
And Othal. Yeah, it'll be a home wrecking experience.
Oh.
You know, I mean, Othal's upright, so it's like it's basically saying preserve the sanctuary here, preserve this place that it's about, you know, this thing that it's about or whatever, and don't let it fall to pieces. right? Because that's Othal upright.
Okay, I am going to reboot my computer real quick, but it is just because I'm tired of looking at a black screen for myself.
Oh, okay.
The live stream will keep going, so you can still do your readings. I will be right back. I'm sorry about this, everyone. It's of course the last stream of the year, and who's dealing with technical difficulties? The host. Great. I'll be right back. Keep on going, man. All good.
Got it. Got it. Just don't end the live.
It shouldn't.
Yep. Okay. So, got that, and yes, we're still going. So, let me double check here and read Peaceful Penguin's comment. Past point no return. If I could see further, it's only because I stood on the shoulders of giant. Yep. Okay. Things I appreciate the reading. Chop wood, carry water. All right. Sounds good. All right. So Peaceful, your whisper, your woodland whisper is time. Embrace in the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. All right. I will now move things along, and it is Howard's turn. All right, Howard. Just move through the cycle here. I have a rule that I do now. I do one shuffle per show. One shuffle per show, and then that way the only things that repeat are the runes themselves. Well, actually, no, I don't even, because typically I'm not going through more than 24 runes in one of these shows. So I kind of put those runes aside, and at the end of the day, it's part of my bold strategy to say if you want to get the full Monty, you gotta book a reading with me. Because also I don't want to have to like talk about the same kind of thing repeatedly over and over. All right. Excellent. So I wrapped up on Peaceful, and I was just getting started on Howard.
I saw. I have the live open on my phone just in case.
Decreasing. 41. There is truth and confidence from the source. Good fortune, not a mistake. There can be constancy, fruitful to have a direction to go. 2 simple baskets may be used for the offering. There's a lot that's written on the front of this card.
Yeah.
All right. The early Chinese character for decreasing shows a hand with a vessel. Pour out water you have in offering, however small. Sometimes the grammar on the card looks a little weird. You focus your faith on something higher than everyday life, it opens the flow of good fortune, and your life becomes lighter and simpler. Trust your insight and persevere in your chosen direction. Why do you want to make such an offering? How much is truly asked of you? All right. Elder Porcupine. To guard your space. So, He's kind of a very Thrisaz kind of energy, but you know, much less hostile.
Yeah.
Still hostile, but less hostile. Qualifier. Okay. In our focus position, we have the Guardian reversed. So you're having a hard time passing through a certain kind of trial. Kind of feels like it's an upsetting trial. You've got El-Hajj reversed. So you're kind of in a state of surrender to this situation happening around you. You got 2 of stones reversed. Challenge. So here's like, you know, challenge popping up over here. And so, you know, I mean, this is sitting here in our origins situation, basically our past situation, and it's you know, like you gambled on something and you lost. You know, did you get in a fight and you lost the fight? You know, it's just like you did not win at the thing like you hoped you would. You lost the challenge. And wow, you got Uro's reversed, right? You weren't as strong. It was a test of strength, and you weren't as strong as the test required. So, what is the passage through the Guardian worth to you? All right. Ace of Vessels, the Water of Life, reversed.
That's a lot of reverse this reading.
Yeah. Yeah, you you don't know how to feel about something important. Like you wouldn't know how to start feeling about this kind of thing. It's a little vague. It's a little vague, right? But you know, you've got a blockage. You got an emotional blockage here that is obviously coming from this Guardian. Okay, we got Ehwaj here. There's a personal relationship with something that is perhaps it's an attachment that you have to look at, or maybe it's something you're supposed to go through. Like the Guardian's just like, do you got the password? Right? And you don't have the password. You need to have, you know, it's like that, right? It's just like, or it's not technically a password. It's like a key, you know, is it like a marriage portal? Do you need to have, is it an emotional thing? Is it a love thing? Do you have to pass through this thing with someone who loves you and nobody loves you? That's a wild example. Very I'm just out there, right? As just like different of Oz and presenting. Okay. And then we got Skuld. So you get the world here, upright. So, you know, you're looking at, you know, going off into the world, right? Um, and I think about the different ideas of where people talk about in esoteric discussions about the solar world versus the lunar world.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it means like the day world versus the night world, right?
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense to me now because like you know after the pandemic, when being a ride share guy wasn't going to cut it, a ride share and delivery guy wasn't going to cut it anymore for my interests and for what my vehicle goes through and what I was going through. I was very much in the lunar world, was operating off the lunar economy like that because it was a lot of night stuff because I didn't want to wake up in the morning. I was one of those guys. And now that I've gone into kind of regular day work, I've kind of really stepped into the solar world. And the solar world is more challenging than the lunar
Yeah.
world. The lunar world doesn't ask you to be as you know, you just don't have to be so darn engaged with people. It's not as demanding on the plastic smile, right?
That is true.
Right,
That is true for
right.
someone who's worked regular night shifts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is why you have to go to Finland, where everybody's miserable on purpose.
It's part of the culture there. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Those
kidding. I'm
small.
kidding. Finland, you guys. All right. All right. Well, anyway, we need a rune on this world here.
See what's in store.
Ansus. Ansus. All right. Well, I think what this thing is telling me is, all right, if you've ever played like an MMORPG and or whatever, an open world, any open world game like Skyrim or something, you go and there's a
RuneScape, bro.
dungeon. There's a dungeon right there. It doesn't even matter if it's a main plot dungeon or not. The point is, you go into the dungeon and you can't like get the objective in the fucking dungeon that you wanted. You're just gonna have to admit that you got to go to another quest and keep grinding, go into a different dungeon, get a cooler thing so you can go back to that dungeon, which is also how Zelda works, which is semi-open world.
I used to be a RuneScape kid.
Right. So my point is that go out into the world for the answer, right? So like instead of tampering with all this stuff to deal with the Guardian, go out into the world. And my thing, naturally, you had this strength issue. So just be mindful of that. But the Guardian, you don't have enough power to pass through the Guardian.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff. So, Power Guardian.
So I haven't heard Howard in a hot minute. So,
Yeah, I hope he's still in still
yeah,
watching. Hope he's still in the chat, Howard. If you're there, give us a yell.
He'll come back and he'll get this. He's actively watching everybody's stuff.
He does.
So
He will.
So Howard, your whisper is to cleanse. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. Hi.
Awesome. Well, I don't see him in the
Yeah.
chats, although that may just be
Yeah.
since
The
we were
delay is
having
not that
kind of technical
egregious, and he
difficulties. It may just
wasn't
be that it's not coming
right.
through.
I mean, yeah. He's probably maybe he just can't respond. He'll get this. I'm sure he wouldn't have needed to say
I
much.
know he will.
Thank you. You know. And I know I'll see him on my side at some point. I'll be like, and yeah, what'd you think of the
Yeah.
reading, man? I didn't hear back from you. Brr, 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 brr. Right? It'll be all that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Awesome. So yeah, a little under an hour, but hey, I mean, still got two readings in and
Yeah.
some good high-minded chat, more bro chat, talking gym and lifting weights and stuff.
Right.
I mean, if you want to take care of your mind, you got to take care of your body. So
Yeah.
can't have one without the other. It all works in tandem. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul, healthy spirit. Healthy spirits makes it easier to craft that healthy body. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Unless there is someone who, like, at the very last seconds, like, no, wait, what about me? Um, I think this was good. Howard's reading. I mean, I'll have to rewatch my own live. Stupid technical difficulties. Um, but that was good, man. So, yeah, last life rune reading of 2025. Um, it's been it's been a weird as year. A lot has happened. A lot is still about to happen. 2025 has really set the tone for a lot of things. So
Yeah.
we'll see what the new year brings. Although one thing is for sure, it'll bring a lot more live rune readings and high-minded discussions. We've been doing this for a year now, year and 2 weeks to be precise, which is crazy. Never thought that we'd be doing this for a year. Like, you basically came to me, it's like, hey, you can use some more some more interaction on your channel, and I need people to buy my readings. So, you know,
Yeah.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yes.
Um, Speaking of, if you would like a more in-depth personal reading from Mr. Zerilath, do contact him at zerilath@yahoo.com. He'll inform you about the prices and everything. And if you happen to own another goth club and are interested in doing readings with Zerilath, you can contact him at zerilath@yahoo.com. Make sure to subscribe to his channel as well. He has, of course, a very interesting interview coming up, as you may have heard at the beginning of this stream, of this
Yes.
live show.
Sean Bond from the Sonic League and talking about all those ancient alien looking artifacts.
Should be good. Should be awesome. I'm gonna have to catch it on the replay. My daughter will be here for the next 2 days at least, so I'm gonna have to be a dad instead of just a content creator at the moment. But I love my daughter. I love having her her here. So yeah, thank you all. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and do the same for Mr. Zerilath. Of course, we will see you all back in the new year. Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke and fly. Be careful with fireworks. You know, it is still minor explosives. So we would like to see you all back with, 10 digits, 2 eyes, functioning hearing, all that good stuff. You know, like go into 2026 as you were now in 2025, or better, preferably. So yeah, see you all next year. It's been good. It's been awesome. For more, check out www.greyhornpagans.com. Make sure to become a channel member or subscribe to the Patreon for further support. Until next year, everyone, have a good one. Happy New Year. And yeah, bye.
Bye.